don't want to sound like a dick here, but like I understand what you said about your pride and shit, but
Mhm.
like you didn't do anything wrong, and if you having to apologize for what's like for you standing up for your wife just to get her songs played on a stream, which she doesn't
Well,
play
well,
anymore.
well.
So
What
Yeah, I felt like that was like I don't talk about it all the time
I
because
didn't apologize so that she could get her songs played on Owen's stream. Neither her nor me like Owen playing her songs.
that's what in his streams he said until
Yeah.
he apologizes, I can't play Sing Along Bears content anymore. That's the way he put it.
Well, he didn't understand what was going on. He never understood what was going on through the whole
that
course.
was the whole thing too. He never even looked into the whole thing.
And it's like his mom just lost his job, and he was dealing with unauthorized shit and Christmas drama. So yeah, but he never looked into it. But
Yeah,
even the people who look into it have a hard time understanding what was going on. But I emailed him directly, and
I don't understand why Ty went at you.
oh, it was crazy, man. The
Like
reason why, well,
I never.
listen here. So Owen is. Let's just talk in hypotheticals, okay? Because I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything lightly. Owen is famous for calling out pedophiles. Okay, let's say you had somebody who one time, okay, if someone is in like the rock scene very seriously, they're probably going to do some hardcore drugs. There are some hardcore drugs that like literally, and you guys probably know this, that separate you from your body so that you almost had no control over what actions you take. So let's say somebody, as they were leaving the rock scene and going into being a Christian, used some of these drugs while they had a daughter in their home. Which what I believe is, and I'm talking like mushrooms, for instance, they don't separate you from your body; they just change what you see. But there are drugs like mescaline and shit that they pull your soul out of your body. And one thing that can happen when that happens is a demon or demons can come into your body and control you, and that's recorded in the Bible. And not connected to drugs, but it's recorded in the Bible that demons come into people's bodies. And so, let's say somebody under the influence of drugs committed a crime against their own daughter, and then totally, because of that, realized how terrible it was, like we all would, and totally turned their life around, and totally started becoming the hallmark of a father. You know, so many kids, everyone holds him up like he needs everybody to tell him, "You're a great father," and then is just making up for it his whole life, and even gets himself insinuated with somebody who specifically is against pedophiles. Well, the only thing that would threaten somebody like that is if anybody felt um, free to criticize that person. So they got to have like a protection spell about them. So if anybody says anything about that person, you just burn the whole field trying to get rid of the person who's willing to talk shit about you, because you get yourself into a position of power where no one can criticize you, and that's what Ty had done, was get himself into a position of power, and then he called me a pedophile. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you call? You understand that as soon as you call someone a pedophile, in amongst the bears, there's hundreds of people, probably thousands, who now of men with guns, who in their hearts now it would be okay for them to kill you as soon as you call someone a pedophile. So you shouldn't
yeah.
do it lightly. And he just did it. He's just randomly. I don't have any kids around me ever. I just got married. I'm not like I don't fit the criteria of a pedophile at all. And he's like, Nathaniel needs a millstone for his neck. God have mercy on his pedo soul. That's what he said about me. And me and my wife were sitting at dinner after church looking at that. I was like, why would he do that? That's the dumbest. You just raised the stakes. One of us is going down now. There's no way out now.
And you came out on top.
Yeah, I mean, I took a lot of wounds. I mean,
Yeah, and dude, I've been in bear chats. There's still people who tried who try to like throw dirt on your name, and I've
I appreciate it.
A lot of it is a lot of the flame is once again.
Because the thing about it is, I came from out of nowhere. Nobody knew where I was, and I started talking shit about sometimes bear, semper the loaded
Semper Bear.
Yeah.
Semper Pi Bear.
Yes, I call him sometimes bear, and yeah, way to go, Slap Weasel. I appreciate that. So yeah, sometimes bear. I just came out of nowhere and started attacking him, and sometimes bear was a guy who, for anybody who has like moderate to low discernment, has done everything right. Like, you have to have been watching that guy for a few months and really known some things behind the scenes to know what was wrong with him. So there was very little public justification for why this guy no one had heard of would start attacking sometimes bear from out of nowhere. And so for anybody who's like against me for doing that, and while I was going against Semper Bear, I specifically told my friends, don't get involved. And anybody who attacked me, I was like, I understand why you're attacking me. Don't even worry about it. But that then tracked to Ty and tracked to all of these other people that were all connected. Now I'm taking down the guy who bragged about getting Owen's mother fired and called her a whore. I have a screenshot of him having a video titled, I got Owen's whore mother fired. Yes, screenshot of that. And so I'm trying to take him off of YouTube because he's pissing me off. And
is it the same guy that went at Bunny Bear?
Bunny Bear? I don't know.
He like wrote Owen's name and Bunny Bear's in a Bible and set it on fire.
That's crazy. I don't know. What's weird. Well, when I made the apology to Owen, there was a whole group of Owen's enemies that started coming after me. They got a fan club on Reddit for me now to talk shit, but there's only like 2 people a part of it. So it's weird. Didn't get much traction, but I'm kind of like a low level target for them.
Well, and I even like I've even apologized for this like to you, but even when I backed up your wife on Instagram, like I said, going after a woman for the actions of her husband is gamma male behavior.
Yeah.
Even like I was going into that still under the pretext of you calling someone's daughter a whore, and that wasn't even true.
Yeah.
So like everything.
Why would I call a 9-year-old girl a whore? I mean, that's crazy. That's really crazy. That's like your whiteness coming out, where you just believe what people tell you.
And do you know how many bears said that I was white knighting? And I was like, fuck it, sure, I'm a white knight. Like, I don't give a fuck. You're literally sending this. You're sending a woman like death.
That whole white knighting thing is bullshit. When Cuckler, because this goes back 6 months ago. One thing. Okay, so like 6 months ago, when me and my wife were privately courting, no one knew about it. She was, before we were engaged or married or anything like that. She was. She got a message on Instagram asking her for nudes. It was a joke. And I said, and she asked me what she should do about it. And I said, you should privately let Mike Maloney and Owen Benjamin know, because they were the 2 people mentioned in that. Because even though it's a joke, that's a sexual thing. And so every time something like that happens, you should take it seriously, if only to set the tone that you don't do that. And but she wanted to do it publicly. She wanted to show it. Do it publicly. I say you probably shouldn't do that. You should do it privately. She did it publicly, and what that had the effect of was exposing certain people. Cutler talked shit to her, and Ty talked shit to her. And at the time, I said, "Don't worry about Ty. He's nothing. Let's just focus on Cutler." But basically, Cutler and Ty and Lobster started just mocking her all over Instagram and making all kinds of memes, and I burned the fucking soil getting them to stop. And then they kept calling me White Nate, which doesn't really communicate well. It's like, goes to show how ineffective they are at nicknaming people. It's like, what, because his skin is white? Like, because they spelled it Knate, but they were supposed to be White Knight. the whole white knight thing is bullshit. I've always thought it was bullshit. So my response was, I put out a video